Thanks to everyone. This is Anushka from Example, a student-driven platform to help you crack your entrance exams hassle-free. Today, we have Mr. Vijay Harkare with us, currently in third year of engineering and is pursuing his degree from the prestigious DJ Sanghvi College. It's a pretty renowned college which needs no prior introduction, and it goes without saying the level of effort required to get in. Very hearty congratulations, Mr. Vijay, for your achievement. I'm sure the journey must not have been easy. So, without any further ado, let's begin with the interview. So, my first question to you is, what is that motivation which aspired you to become an engineer?
Okay. First of all, hello everyone, and thank you. So, I had an interest. I was a space enthusiast basically in the beginning of my 11th standard, approximately. So, I started researching a bit about different organizations that deal with space exploration. For example, like ISRO, then NASA, and so on. So, when I started exploring, I found out that many of the people who actually work there are engineers, and many are computer engineers because they actually need all those simulations and working and stuff there. So that actually motivated me to go into the engineering field. So my first interest was space exploration. So engineering was the best tool that I could work with to actually reach to my goal. So therefore, that was my main motivation to become an engineer.
Okay, so you had a very keen interest in spaces and all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what was the strategy which you adopt while you started preparing for your CET exams?
Okay. So first of all, here I would like to say that I had taken normal classes, means classroom program plus our college study. So in my study as a strategy, I used to first study in the college because the teacher used to teach all the stuff, and those concepts used to get revised directly by default in the classes as well. So my revision time got less due to that particular thing. So I used to study in college, do all the study and stuff, reading and everything there. The basic doubts were getting solved there itself, and then in the classes, more advanced doubts or say questions in the papers, past year papers, and all those stuff used to get solved. And then I would just do my own self study a bit after coming from the classes. So this was the basic strategy that I adopted. I paid attention in college classes and then my self study and a
Okay.
lot of practice whenever I used to get time.
Yeah, practice is the key to success after all. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, may I know how your typical day looked like while you were preparing?
Yeah. So basically, like I said, first I used to attend college. It was a 6 hour college from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. Afterwards, I used to study a bit, means whatever homework used to be there from college and some self-study practice from the college itself. And then I used to attend the classes, which was typically 3 to 4 hours, depends on the different days. There were different timings. And afterwards, I used to come home and again practice some given in the classes, do a bit of light reading in the night, and then go on. This was my daily schedule. And in between also, I used to practice music, which is my passion. So I'm a musician. So I
Oh,
used to practice that a lot because it
okay.
de-stressed me. So therefore I used it.
So, while preparing for your exams, you also pursued your passion as well. Very,
Yes,
very
yes,
great to know from you. So,
yes.
what was your weakest area, and how you were able to overcome it?
Yeah, so the weakest area was, I would say, physics and chemistry at that moment. Maths was my strongest area. Means I liked it a lot, therefore I made it my strength. So physics and chemistry were a little weak for me. I used to struggle with remembering the concepts and all. So what I did was I made it into an interest. Means like I said, I had an interest in space exploration and all, which is basically related to physics a lot and chemistry a bit. So I started connecting those things, like where this concept can be used or what is the real life application of this concept. As to think that way, so that I can actually get interested in what I'm studying. And if I have interest, then I will definitely try to improve myself. That was my motto at that moment. So I used to connect the concept with its application. So it made my life easier by studying them.
Okay, like it's a very rare technique being used, and you have used it, and you have mastered it now. Yeah, good to know.
Yeah.
So, how do you deal with the pressures? arising from your studies and all?
Yeah, so like I said, I'm a musician. So one way to reduce the pressure was to practice musical pieces and all. So that was a really great stress buster for me
Yeah.
all the time. Other than that, actually now this is a different thing, but I like to solve maths problem. For example, I'm doing physics and chemistry right now, and there is a little pressure on me. I'm stressed out. I used to keep that subject away for some time and solve some maths questions. That
Okay.
was another stress buster for me,
Okay.
basically.
So
Yeah, so
you
that
have
helped me keep my pressure down.
okay, so you have immense love for mathematics.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So, like, may I know how do you maintain a healthy, a study, personal life balance?
Yeah, so for this, I had to discipline myself. Means it happens sometimes that when I have started studying, it may happen that I get carried away and just keep on studying for hours and hours and hours. So it may happen because I would feel that this concept requires more revision. So I will do it for some 2 hours more, and the cycle goes on. So here, actually, a discipline is required a bit. Like we say, it requires 21 days to means habituate yourself with
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
So that's what I followed at the start. I said that I will study this particular thing for 2 hours only and give the rest of the time for my personal things like music. That is one more personal life thing.
yeah.
So I'll give time for that. This particular 1 or 2 hours are my personal hours and I will not give it to study. So that is a disciplinary thing. I used to follow that.
Okay, so like balance is very important to keep us going.
Yes, yes.
That's what you
Really.
practiced. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So, like Vijay, there were around 5 lakh students who gave CET 2020, and everyone must have prepared well. But what did you do differently, which resulted in your success?
Yeah, so there is one, first I will start with, there is one common perception among students who are currently attempting CET and JEE that physics and maths are actually tough subjects. Okay, so many of the students are actually thinking, means starting their studies, telling themselves that this is a tough subject and I have to master it. So that is what I didn't do. I said that's an easy subject. It's my liking, and I want to do it. It's not like I have to do it to clear my exam, but I want to do it because I like it. So that is a different approach that I used, so that there was no fear in my mind while I was studying, say physics or mathematics, because many students say, for example, integral calculus. It's a very vast topic in
Yeah.
mathematics. So many people try to skip it actually because it's very difficult. I will do all the other topics and then come back to it. I said it's difficult. I want to do it. It's my liking. I will complete it. So that's the approach that I used, and hence I was able to attempt the paper in a more easy way, I can say. The
Okay.
approach was different.
Okay. So you were having a very positive and realistic approach.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's all.
So
Also, just one more thing I would like to add,
yeah, sure.
that here also I did not compromise with my extracurricular activities. Like I said, I'm a music
Yeah.
enthusiast, so I didn't leave that because I have seen many of my colleagues and friends and all. They used to leave, means if my friend is a dancer, so she left dancing because of 11th and 12th study. So that is not what I would recommend. I would recommend that please continue with your extracurricular activities. So that is what I did different. I did not give up my musical
Yeah,
passion.
extracurricular activities are really very important for our mental health as well.
Yes,
And you
yes,
practiced it. Yeah. So,
yeah.
like Vijay, our future CET aspirants would love to know, like, what was your parents' reaction when they learned that you have cleared with such an amazing rank and marks, and you soon would become an engineer?
Yeah, so my parents were really overjoyed, really happy, but more so they were a lot surprised as well. The reason being, at that moment, means there was a big gap. While I was giving CUT, there was a, I guess, 4 to 5 months gap because of COVID and all at that moment. And therefore, my attempt got shifted a bit, shifted a lot.
Okay.
So I was like a little frustrated because there was nothing happening at that time. We had no work, just going on doing all those things which I had done for 2 years. So I
Yeah.
was just doing it. I was literally frustrated and bored at that moment. I did not want to go to the exam, first of
Okay.
all. Yes, I was really frustrated. But then I went there with a positive attitude. I got myself together, went there and scored those marks. Therefore, my parents were overjoyed that I could score, but also surprised that very good, you did it. So
Okay.
there was a little bit mixed reaction.
Yeah. So you made your parents feel proud of you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So like now, how does it feel that you are into your dream college?
So it really feels good, satisfied, because what I had worked for, I have achieved it now.
Yeah.
Also, since it was a college that I had pre-planned, therefore I'm more comfortable working here.
Yeah.
Like if I get into some other college, which say it was not on my list, on my mind,
Yeah.
I will work there too. I will try to cope up, but still I would not be that satisfied because I could not achieve what I wanted to achieve. So
Okay.
right now I am satisfied as well as comfortable in doing what I want to do.
Okay. So satisfaction is really very, very important. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So may I know like what books you refer to while preparing for your CET other than NCERT?
Yeah, so for CET, basically now this will be a little contradictory statement, but I did not refer NCERT at all. For
Okay.
CET, basically.
Okay.
For CET, at that time, the HSC books, means the state books, state board books, were more than sufficient for the CET examination because the questions and all the concepts were directly taken from those books for that particular year at least. For the previous years also, when I saw the papers and all, the questions were directly from our state board books only. So I referred those books for CET apart from NCERT.
Okay. Like you managed with HSC books only.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So what was your last moment strategy before appearing for your exams?
Yeah, so in the last moment, first of all, I believe that studying in the last moment is not the right strategy because if you start studying some new concepts, you will get fumbled. Means you will feel like I'm not able to get anywhere with this, and you will feel demotivated. So what I used was I only revised some of the concepts. Like I said that I use HSC book, so there is a summary for each chapter for each book.
Yeah.
So that is what I just went through. And for mathematics, I had my own books. Means I had my own notes in which I had written all the formula and all the important stuff. So I just went through them. Instead of studying a new thing, instead of going in depth in any topic, I just did what I had already done, revised it,
Yes.
and I started solving papers. Means say 2 months near the exam or 1.5 months, I started solving or I increased the frequency of paper solving at that moment, just to get some practice and to get familiar with the type of questions that may be asked in the exam. So therefore, I started practicing more at that moment and decrease the frequency of actual studying.
Okay, so like you revised what you studied earlier and you practiced
Yes,
various papers. Okay, good to
yes.
know. So like what would you give your advice to the students who are currently in their 11th, 12th and repeaters?
Yeah, so for 11th and 12th students, I would first say that you have to keep your calm because many a times it happens that the portion is too vast. In 10th, the pattern and everything is very different from 11th and 12th.
Yeah.
So there is a very big contrast in the syllabus as well as the pattern of exams and everything. The first of all is you have to believe in yourself and trust yourself because many of the students lack that. They think that the portion is too vast, don't know I'll be able to cover up or not.
Yeah.
So that is a very wrong approach. You should always believe that you will be able to do it.
Okay.
And change the approach to I want to do it instead of I have to do it.
Yeah.
Because the have to do it is what it becomes a compulsion, and no one likes compulsion.
Yeah, right.
If you want to do it, then it comes from inside. So therefore, you put in extra efforts in it also, and you like it. So the problems like depression, frustration, or anything like that, those go away by before. Hence, you should first change your approach. You should make your approach positive. You should believe in yourself, keep yourself calm, and not stress. Also, keep your extracurricular activities on. It's not like give up those things because those 2 years are really important. They are like make or mar, means they will either spoil you or they will take you to great heights.
Yeah.
Therefore, you should keep up with your extracurricular activities. And for 11th and 12th, one more important thing is many of the people don't give much importance or means adequate importance to the board exams as well. Now, for CET particularly, the board exam questions and the syllabus of the board exam is exactly same as CET. Is the syllabus, the concepts, the questions as well are very similar, if not same. Hence, it is very important that you also give equal importance to board exams. Means I have seen people they do studies or start studying for board exams 1 or 2 months before the board exam. That is not how it should be. You should start studying on day one, and then you will be able to clear it. Also, it reduces your stress for CET also because the portion is basically same. So this is my advice that keep means give equal means what equal weightage to boards and your competitive exams. Keep on with your extracurricular activities and be calm. You have to keep yourself calm. Try meditation or anything like that. It helps. So do that
Like
and
basically,
stay with a positive approach.
yeah, like basically we don't have to stressed out. We have to give, equal importance to boards as well as
Yes.
CET examination. So, like,
Yes.
would you please elaborate what helped you to focus the most, wherein times you have lose your focus at times. So, what was that?
So the repeaters have actually completed the 11th, 12th, right? So they all already know what all syllabus is there and everything. So they just need to get themselves together and start practicing more. It's not like they should go into concepts and all. Like there is a thing in business called SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. That is a really useful thing which can be done for the repeaters as well. So that is something that they should do. And again, the other things like staying calm, meditating, and keeping a positive approach. So coming to the focus thing, again, since I'm a music enthusiast, the answer remains the same for that too.
Yeah.
That whenever I wanted to study, before studying, say half an hour, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I used to listen to soothing music, either soothing music, instrumental,
Yeah.
or else some song that I like a lot, or classical music. I'm a really big fan of classical music, Indian classical. So I used to listen to that music before starting my studying, and then that helped me to focus a lot, and therefore the focus never wavered while studying as well.
Okay. Yeah. So following what we love as well helps us to
Yes,
increase, our focus. Yeah. So,
yes, yes.
like, would you please also elaborate on the point, like, what role has peer-to-peer learning played in your life at your engineering level as well as your prior studies?
So in prior studies, peer to peer is really important because at that point, you are more interested in what my friend has to say than what my parent or my teacher has to say.
Yeah.
That is the way at that moment in life. So in that way, peer to peer studying and peer to peer communication is really important if it is in a positive way. You should always stay away from the negative comments and all. That is a better thing. But in a positive way, when you are studying in a group, means in a group activity, it's means I just learned this concept. It's your natural acceptance to study in a group. Okay,
Yeah.
to sit in a group and then study, it really helps you to say focus more because you are in your friends, you're enjoying what you're doing.
Yeah.
And if you enjoy, you always try to do better than what you are doing now.
Yeah.
So peer to peer is really helpful in that. You learn from others what they have to say, you get a new perspective, and you are also solving some doubts, right? So you also get to brush up on your concepts while solving their doubts. The same applies to engineering also. In engineering also, you are more interested in what my friend has to say instead of what the teacher is saying. It happens a lot. Hence, solving those doubts also helps you to say brush up your concepts. So that is one way in peer-to-peer communication. It helps.
Yeah. So it's a very healthy form of learning, I would say. You know?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, like, what are your future plans? What interests you the most?
Yeah, so like I said at the start, the motivation of coming into engineering was space exploration.
Yeah.
So that is my future prospect as well. I want to join NASA. So therefore, I'm going in that direction. I have chosen computer engineering for that only because
Okay.
that also computer engineering is what I like as well because I did some courses just prior to starting the computer engineering, and so I developed an interest in that, and therefore I selected to go through it. But my future prospect is space exploration only and joining NASA.
Okay. So, like, you're having a very clear idea that what to
Yes,
do
yes,
specialization into. Yeah. Very good to
yes.
know. So,
I'm
like,
particularly focused in artificial intelligence domain. More
okay.
focused in that domain.
Yeah. It's very interesting to know from you. So, now, what do you like most about our example app?
So I had gone to the example lab. The thing is the concepts and the lectures and everything that are arranged in it, they are arranged by topic. Means for different topics, there are different videos.
Yeah.
So if a person just wants to look up a topic or just wants to clear a particular concept, it's very easy for them. Instead of going through a 1 hour lecture and finding what you want, you will just find it easily in that app because it is
Yeah.
arranged by topic. Also, what I found out was that the length of the lectures was less, say around 15 minutes, I guess. So, our normal focus span means the maximum amount of time that we can concentrate is very less. It is around 15 to 20 minutes only at a stretch.
Yeah.
So that can also help because you can concentrate throughout the lecture and take in whatever concept is being taught. So that is the most helpful thing. Also, notes are available. So I found out that notes for the lectures and topics are also available. And the overall GUI is also very friendly, user friendly. So yeah, overall the app was really nice.
Yeah. So, what would be your message to the future CET aspirants who want to walk the same path as you?
Yes. So basically, everyone should first find out what their interest is, because in engineering also they should first find out what their interest is. Okay, because everyone will have some unique path. I have walked down this path using some of the methods. They can take inspiration from me, of course, and
Yeah.
I will guide them. But at the end of the day, everyone's means learning speed is different, learning style is different.
Yeah.
Okay, so for example, I said that I liked solving maths problem for stress buster as a stress buster. Many people won't agree with this. Hence, they will have something else for them.
Yeah.
So they should first understand what their strengths and weaknesses are, then eliminate those weaknesses or try to eliminate those weaknesses and strengthen their strengths. So that is what I would suggest or advise to all the CET aspirants, all the aspirants as well. Also, to keep your calm, like I first said, don't get frustrated just because of you're not able to solve some problem or you're not able to get enough marks. You can always practice more. Okay, you have time. You have 2 years at least. People who have started before add more, and you will have some time afterwards as well, just before the exam. So you have enough time. You just have to manage your time properly. That's the really important thing. In paper also, it happens in maths particularly. It happens that you are not able to complete. You knew all the answers, but you weren't able to complete the paper because you didn't manage your time well. So for this, I would really recommend to practice more and more problems, because in my span, I had practiced around 500 to 600 problems just for maths in a few months. So that is what I did at that time. But that's what I will recommend also for all subjects. You should practice a lot. It helps you to get through concepts. Also, some concepts may be new in the paper that you have not solved. So if you have solved many problems, you will also be able to catch different concepts and apply them in a single problem. That will be really easier for you to do. So that is what I will advise them. Practice a lot. Keep your comments. Keep calm. Keep your
Yeah.
mind calm. That
Yeah.
is a very important thing. Also, many students tend to neglect health also.
Yeah.
So that is a really important aspect. You should exercise as much as you can, means whatever is adequate. Then do yoga or meditation because it helps to strengthen your mind.
Yeah.
That is an important thing for cracking all these exams. You need to have some sanity while giving your exam. It's not like you become insane just by studying.
Yeah.
No, so you should do some meditation or something to keep calm and all. Yeah, so that's what I will advise all the CET aspirants that want to walk the same path. Choose your own path. That's what I will
That's really
advise. Choose your own path. Yes, be unique.
So basically, we have to follow a daily routine, which doesn't
Yes, you have
only
to follow.
includes our, study, but also the things which we love the most, like you said, the yoga,
Yes, yes,
meditation, and all those things.
yes.
Yeah.
And your extracurriculars as well.
Yeah. That's also play a very important role.
Yes.
Sure. So with this, we come to an end of our interview. Thank you so much, Mr. Vijay. It was a pleasure talking to you. This was very insightful, and we hope that the students must have learned a lot of things from this session and will surely implement all the tips and guidelines in their preparation. It was a very enlightening interview. Thank you for making time for the students today. We wish you all the very best for your future. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.